Hi folks, back to oil painting, knife painting. Got the MDF, 2mm MDF here stuck down with some tape pads. Thanks Barry for the idea, great idea. Right, I'm going to do another sort of a Highland scene. I like doing them. They're always different, but don't put your distant peak right in the middle. Let's come up about here. Nice. I got something coming down here to a bit of a mountain stream coming through there. Oh well. And then we can something like that. We can just put some bits and pieces in there. It's a bit lopsided, that one, isn't it? But it's not in the middle, it's the middle. Maybe I could have come across a little bit, but more with it. We don't want competing elements, they're all going to be different. So we'll have that, well, let's get that one down there a bit, coming into where that mountain stream is. That'll do. Just a very rough bit. Weather, well, it's changed. It's changed. Yesterday morning it was 72 degrees Fahrenheit in my garden, and then the wind started to get up and the clouds started to come down, come across, and it dropped down to about 17, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. As promised, it wasn't unexpected. Let's get that a bit straighter there. But I give the weather because it does affect the way I do my skies. I've cut this just a little bit small. It's just a bit of old off-cut of MDF. No, I don't do that. No. Let's just pin it down with a bit of tape. That will do. Let's get that nicely pinned, so it doesn't move really. Right, okay. So what we've got here is cadmium red. Now it is cadmium red because my tube finally turned up. Great big tube. But these, you can remember that these are student quality paints, Taylor Downey or Winsor Newton. They are student qualities and they do contain much more oil than you would if they were artist quality. The pigment's the same as far as I know, but it's just the amount of oil that's in them makes them cheaper. But with this we need some oil. Ultramarine, light red, I'm using that instead of burnt sienna, Payne's grey, but cadmium yellow, pale. I might be going back to my sap green in the next one to get some brighter greens. Mind you, no, I won't put any more out. We've got enough. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours. That's more than enough. Now what I'm going to do is to knife on some sky colour and blend it a bit, and then I can use a bit of impasto over it to see where we go from there. Now my cloud is going to be cadmium red, blue, plenty of blue. Everything's wobbling. How can I stop the wobble? Alright, a bit better. Probably used a bit too much white. There's a bit of Payne's grey in there. Nicely mixed, so it's not too streaky when it goes on. More Payne's grey in there. got to watch that Payne's Grey on my fingers, otherwise it's going to end up everywhere. Okay, that'll do. Let's get a bit of a brush to blend it. Let's get some paint on there. I've added no oil. Take off any hairs. No one there. So how are you coping with the lockdown? We're slowly unwinding, but not to any great extent. A cloth just to clean the brush. I want quite a bit of light coming up over that cliff, over that mountain there. Right, now we want some nice light. So have a bit of light red, and a bit of the yellow. And we can work that in. Okay, that's it. Start the old blending. Just obliterate the lines. Bit of oil on there. It's a bit of fast dryer in that. Oh, a lot of hair's coming out of this one. Best to take them out when you see them, otherwise they'll dry in and then you try and pick them off and you end up with the underpainting showing through. Oh dear. Right, let's get a bit of darker stuff in there. I quite like blending the sky and leaving it, but you can, with a plain sky, you can knife on some nice little clouds going across, but I've put a lot of light cloud in this. Let's get a bit of red. Light red mixes very well with white. Coming up over that mountain there. The sort of Venetian look to the clouds, but clean the brush. Just gently just do this. A nice sky effects. I don't like that. Let's block that out a bit. I don't know what bangs on my roof, you can hear it with the wind. There's nothing loose that I know of, there's the aerial's there, and that does wave around a bit, but it's a bit of annoying. But you don't know what it is. Okay, we won't waste any more time on that. Maybe it's just a bit of yellowy white in there. Give a bit of a glow. Right, okay. Now we're getting rid of the knife. Where's my favourite little knife? There it is. So it's ages. 8 weeks, 2 months since we went with my pals down the River Wandle, or along the River Wandle. We only do about 12 miles there and back, but we're old. But there's no reason why we shouldn't keep exercising, is there? I brought something that I didn't know about from a while ago. I used to be keep fit fanatic, well, in the early days, but at 75, you know, you get a bit past it. But I brought a set of these things. Something to do while you're self-isolating. You know, these are stretchy bands, resistance bands. I've got another 3 different coloured bands at different weights in the bag. You can lock it in the door, and they're so convenient to use. And it just helps keep the old joints oiled. So I'm doing quite a bit of that while I'm isolating. And next time you see me, I'll have arms as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not. Right, okay, so let's get a bit of nice mauvey colour in for the distant mountain. Now this knife, the surface of the MDF is very, very tough, but the knife is cutting into it. So I want that there. Oh, I want a bit dark on that. Oh wow. Bit of Payne's grey, just to darken it a little bit. Do I want it too light? It's got a counter change against the sky. It's always about light and dark. Get a nice shape to the mountains. We'll add a bit of a texture on there. Oh, I'm wiping my knife in the cloth, and I don't want to do that. So I've got that on my fingers. I've got a big roll of paper here, so I can just wipe through. A little bit of a just a bit of snowy light on there. Might have changed that. That does counter change. Right, now I want a bit of darker, shadowy colour. Plenty of red in that, that's done. Okay, that'll do. Nothing like Bob Ross. He's got a show on British television at the moment, we did have. See how softly you can blend that. Get the brush clean in the towel. Right, now we'll want some nice green. So a bit of Payne's, lump of cad yellow, a bit of that grey colour. I think use that up. That's too light. But I want a grey sort of blue. I want it to counter change. Let's mix a bit of red with that. Okay, red. No, a bit of light red. Cool, can you hear that wind? Cadmium, the light red is a very, very saturated colour. It's the one colour that you have to watch. I mean, it's lovely. Got to catch the light, but you've got to always be light against dark. Now, as we come into that. Distance, let's get a bit of blue in there. Tree line. Whoa. Just maybe that. Get some slopes in there. A bit of a grey colour. Okay, so just get different colours. Now more paper. Maybe nice. Let's just get this slope here done. It's got to show. Even if the colour's not realistic, if you get your contrast right, it's sort of half the battle. Just making it up. Payne's grey, you can use black if you want to. I can brighten all this up. I just want to get that counter change and have a bit of greeny stuff here. Stuff. That's what it is, stuff. If you name things, then you tend to. I remember Alwyn Crawshaw saying, "This is a tree. It's a tree. It's a tree." Once you start naming things, you start drawing from memory stereotypes, if you know what I mean. There's a book, I think it's written by an American author, called Drawing with the Right Side of the Brain. It was a bit controversial. I had a friend over the road who was an art and drama teacher at a fairly local school, central school, and he didn't agree with it, but then he wouldn't. But unfortunately, he's gone to that great easel in the sky. But he was a great teacher. Kids loved him. He did a lot of drama with them, played the piano. But he retired and then tripped up the top step on the staircase and went through a glass bathroom window in the door, and it cut all through his tendons in one of his arms, so he couldn't paint, couldn't play piano. Great shame. I mentioned before, he was at art college in the 50s with Sir Howard Hodgkin, another one of our abstract painters who died 2 or 3 years ago. Right, let's do a bit. That's got a bit of right there. That's quite a tricky bit there. Let's get a bit of white on there. Oh well, it's easier to put a bit on the mountain rather than try to get in that sky and sort that out. So let's just. Oh, that'll do. Right, we want to do something similar to the other side. It's very easy to forget what you painted on the right hand side when you do the left, and you've got two different values. So just try to get them fairly similar, not similar shapes, but similar colours and intensity. This light red is going great. Plenty of yellow in it, so we can a bit of page grey, just to make a bit lighter green. I don't usually put snow on my mountains, but it seems to work, doesn't it? It's not bad. My mate Alan Owen, he sent me an email today. He's just done an oil painting, very good, very effervescent. I don't know if he's put it on YouTube. I know a lot of you follow him. I think I've inspired him to have a go. He's got a load of oil paints and he doesn't use them. He's a good old friend. Right, so mix those lighter colours, lighter tones. Invasion of the body snatchers. Well, Boris and the tourists have eased up a little bit, only a little bit. I must admit, we have been to my son's house for lunch, but we observed the rules. Don't use much ultramarine, just vary the shape on there. Put a little pinnacle there. let's get some green in there now. Some ready green. I'll do the modelling on the rocks in a minute when I've got the paint on. That's almost neat, Payne's grey there. Be careful how you drag your knife through the paper, because it's very tempting, well not tempting, but without realising it, you do it as an automatic act, but your finger's in the way, and that, I can assure you, is as sharp as a cutthroat razor. Well, not quite. Right, and I want to get some, the light sort of coming this way, so I want to get some light on there, some greeny stuff, so mix up a nice green. We got a bit darker green in here. Oh, that's not green, is it? That's red. See how overpowering that red is? Right, let's just blend that, because that is the shadow. Just graduate it a little bit. So it's a gradual transition. A bit messy there. Soften a bit there. Put some rocks in there. A little bit of light. I'm dulling the green up, or the yellowy green, with some of the light red mix. I'll keep this palette going for a few days. No, just add random colours, make it interesting, and it creates an illusion of something going on. You don't have to explain it or justify it, just put it in and just vary, and people will add their own interpretation to it. It's quite magical how that works. Need some more Payne's grey. Using quite a bit of that. Because we want these lovely greens and your yellow ochre as well. But you don't. I don't like using the yellow ochre on its own. It needs to be varied with some red, burnt sienna, that sort of thing. That's Payne's grey, but that's a different kettle of fish. I'll have to do some water. So we've got tumbling schools. So a bit of blue in that water, because we've got plenty of blue in the sky you don't need white. You can put some white highlights on it, but nice and thin. Now we can add some ultramarine in there. I haven't mixed any greens with that blue. I'm quite happy with the Payne's grey. Bit tumbly. That's why the knife gets so sharp. Losing it in the distance there. Rapids. Put some rocks in the water now. Put a bit of light right where those rocks are. Oh, okay, that'll do. We don't want to do it. Very easy to overdo things, isn't it? Yeah, I did distant fields yesterday. I wasn't over happy with it, but I had the time, and well, we belong to a local church, and of course nobody can go to these places at the moment, all under lockdown. But they do miss each other. I'm going to put some light on the top of those. just to give them a bit of modelling. What I do when I've finished, I cover this with a bit of shrink wrap. We call it blue, what do we call it? Cling film. Sandwich wrap. Bit of shadow there. Now let's just get a bit of ochre in, a bit of red in there. So I just put a bit of rocky stuff in there. All adds to the illusion of detail. That's why I like using the hake from the watercolours, because you can't fiddle and fuss with them. You can create impressions of things, and it's what I think people like looking at. The good ones, I'm not talking about the rubbishy ones, but they don't all end up good by any means. Right, I'm a dark green. Go there. Bit of a bush. Right, let's get something going on this other side in it. Bit of ochre. Yeah, so Sunday mornings now we've got plenty of time to start doing extra paintings. So dark green here because it's in shadow. Bit of red. Too green. Better. Oop, in the red. I twice have done that the last couple of days. I didn't get my finger in it yesterday. Anchor that bit on the floor there. One day we'll all be back together again. But we're going to feel the effects of this for years. Rocks. And some grey. Bit of light red in there. See, it just cuts into the board. You don't want to put labels on these things, like saying, oh, that's a rock, and leave people to make up their own minds what that little bit of light is. Just catching. Needs to be a little bit subtle. catching a bit of light there. And the same on the other side. Nearly finished. Sounds like kids enjoy themselves. I am. I'm nearly finished. Just this Payne's grey and light red for these rocks. Okay, can I see anything I can improve on that? I could probably put a little bit of that grey sort of colour. Bit of ochre, let's just. Just to vary, make it look a bit more interesting than it is. Oh, wind. Right, okay, I think that's about it. I'm going to put it in a frame. Just take all this off carefully. And then so I can't waste the paint. I'll clean the board up in the middle, but then I'll cover it with some stuff. Right, now I've got to be careful. Just get me. Where's me? Oh, there's my frame. I'll have to give this another white paint. It's getting a bit dirty now. Right, now what we do, we find our knife, which has vanished. No, there it is. A craft knife. And just carefully, just cut through the tape. That's where we've got to be careful. Okay. Yuck. Right, I'm just going to move that up to the table. I'm going to take a photograph of it before because otherwise I'll put it in the frame to show you what it looks like in a frame. And then I've got to take it out of the frame again and photograph it, and I quite like this one. I'm going to put it up on my shelf, my bookshelf above my TV, and I can look at it. So let's just turn it on, or you just look at it. Take a few seconds to load up. Put that there. How long did that take? 45 minutes. Not bad. That's about right, I think, for small oil painting. A bit long for a watercolour. Right, taking a photograph. Go off the margins. Okay, I think that looks great. Right, okay, let's put it in the frame. I'll just give it a little veneer pins just to hold it while I show you. Try and find some existing holes. That one in. The other one's fallen out. Where's he gone? There it is. Okay, well there we are. Another little Welsh or Scottish mountain stream. Let's just zoom you in. There we are. Hope you like that. I quite like that. It's got a sort of a 19th century feel to it. I'm not going to put a moose on there, or Lancia specialised in doing these sort of scenes, didn't he? But he had a great moose, not a reindeer, but what's it? Monarch of the Glen. That's the famous one. Monarch of the Glen, an icon, Scottish icon. Well, I hope you like that, folks. Thanks for looking in. I'm not going to do any more today. I've had enough. Getting old. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.